being in the city and being in New York, like the comic book capital of the world, I tend to go to comic book shops like Midtown Comics, look for new comic books, new mangas. That's more on the rare side. I don't do it as much because I don't have as much free time, but it's usually what I tend to do. My name is Jose Carlos Ortiz-Soto. I am a second-year Ph.D. student in the chemistry program. I work in a computational biophysics lab. Mainly we research on how proteins interact electrostatically between each other in different environments. I'm Dr. Marilyn Gunner. She's the type of mentor that pressures you to do stuff, but it's very hands-on too. So she lets you enough to do your own thing, be creative with your work, but also is aware of what you're doing. She is cool. I really like her. She's really nice. Our lab has developed a code called MCC, Multi-Conformational Continuum Electrostatics. Basically what this program does, it models the electrostatics of a protein. It doesn't consider quantum mechanics, molecular dynamics in itself. We use other programs for that, but mostly what that program does is just consider the electrostatics of the protein. It creates multiple conformations of that protein to see how it interact in that environment. I was about to graduate from my undergrad in chemistry back home. I knew I wanted to keep doing research because I did research in undergrad. I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Like, I feel this is the correct career path for me. It's been great. I really like it here. I would say the biggest influence would be my dad. He always cultivated that curiosity for science as a kid. I remember in 4th grade where I came from school and I was talking about the planets. The first thing he did was took me to the library, bought me a book on what the planets are, and it's been like that ever since. I love New York. I do not mind staying here or moving to somewhere else. If I were to move to somewhere else, maybe back to Puerto Rico, but right now the situation isn't very good. Like economically wise, university wise either. Let's say if I want to be a professor back home, like at least the state university is not doing well. Like it's getting underfunded. Resources to like do experiments and stuff like that gets harder and harder to do. So that's like kind of the sad thing. Like I can't go. I don't see a future back home currently, which is really hard because you're always tied to your land where you're like raised. So on a happier note, maybe I love Switzerland. Switzerland's really nice. I went to Switzerland last December and this is beautiful. Like I will tolerate the cold over there. I love TAing. I love my students here. I love challenging them, and I can definitely see myself involved in that world because I'm just passionate about the work, like teaching and teaching others on how things work. I really like that. So maybe after a couple years in industry, once I feel like okay, I'm stable enough to go into academia or jump into academia and do stuff I actually like.